Have you ever noticed that top performers tend to be given a lot more leeway than moderate or underperforming people? Top performers get the loudest voice. Sometimes they get more resources, but they are absolutely given more flexibility because of the results they generate. Let me tell you a story. There's a really great man I've known for almost 30 years now, and I'll just call him Don. Don was part of my organization for probably close to a decade, and he performed very well in my organization. There came a point where he decided to go do something else at another company. Applauded him for it, wanted to see him do well. I wanted to see Don succeed. And he got to the other organization and had been there for about 6 months. And my phone rang. And he said, "Hey, Jeff, I need some advice." I said, "Well, what's that?" He said, they're doing things all wrong over here. I was like, "Well, what do you mean all wrong?" And he said, "Well, they've been selling into the government space very effectively for a decade, but they hired me to sell into the commercial space, and the product and the pricing and the materials, none of it's built for the commercial space." And I said, "Sounds like a bit of a challenge. Have you shared it with them?" And he said, "Yeah, numerous times, but they're not listening." I said, "Okay, well, what kind of sales have you had in the last 6 months?" He said, "Well, none." I said, "Don, brother, you did really well for us, but if you're not performing, if you've generated 0 results, your voice volume is at 0. They can't even hear you until you generate some results." It was a very hard message, and he understood immediately what I said, or what I meant when I said that. Because until you have some results, they can't hear you. Results bought him a lot of flexibility at our organization, but the lack of results bought him 0 flexibility at the new organization. Were they making mistakes? Absolutely. They later retooled everything and were very successful in the commercial sector, but they couldn't hear Don without some numbers behind his name. So the next time you find yourself in a room where you don't think people are listening, take a look at your results and see whether or not you even have the right to share. Try that and see what happens.